Hey folks, Dave back here in Studio B. Yes, a clean shaven Dave. Yep, it was time. I've had the facial hair for a couple of years now. In fact, some of you only know me with having the facial hair, but I only grew that a couple of years ago, and I had my fun with it, and it was just starting to bug me. I was getting tired of trimming it and figuring it out, and whichever. So I took it off for the summer. I'll probably bring it back in the fall. But for now, we'll go the nice smooth look. So anyway, so why am I wearing an A's hat and a Bruins shirt? You might ask. Well, I have an unboxing video today and a couple seasons. I've had these for about a week or so, and I was kind of waiting to do an unboxing on them. So I haven't got a chance to open them and play them yet. But we're gonna go over that right now, and I figured let's open it up to the chat room. I haven't done a live unboxing in a while, and I thought we'd open up the chat. If anybody want to come by, just say hi here on a Sunday night. I might play something later, but I don't know if I felt like streaming. It's been a very lazy day here today. It's been a cloudy day, kind of borderline misty, and just yesterday was a busy day, and so today was kind of a lazy day. But anyway, let's get down to what we're doing here, and so let's see if we can switch this over. And so here's what we got. So we have got APBA cards here, the 82-83 hockey season with the envelopes. And then for baseball, I got 1973. Okay, so that's what I got. And look at the size difference between 82 hockey and 73 baseball. That's something else there. It really is how many different cards are. I'm gonna start with the I'll just start with the hockey. It's a little smaller here, and I'll go over them there. So I got obviously got the envelopes here, but these are gonna go off to the side. And why are these going off to the side? Because I have my quite awesome Chris White envelopes that he makes up for me. And what I usually do with these is I usually wait until I have a handful of seasons and I order in bulk. That's the way to go with him. And he does such a good job. And these things are fairly they're very affordable, I was going to say, because I was going to get the envelopes and do them myself. But by the time I bought the envelopes, figured out how to get them into my printer, and designed all this myself, it's just he just does such a better job. So you can see all the envelopes here that he's got. That is fantastic here. So let's open up 82-83 Boston. Again, this is just kind of an open chat for tonight. Nothing fancy going on. And I'll tell you why I got this season here as well, as I put this off to the side. The big reason I got this 82-83 season right here is, and I'll show you why. Well, along with anything Hartford Whalers, obviously. I wanted to play this series here. I got the big Nordiques and North Stars. There's a lot of reasons to play this. This is what I wanted to do. It's Boston Buffalo. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play that series. This is the Game 7 Brad Park goal that won the series in Boston. So this is what I really want to do with this project here, is play this series out. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things I want to do as well, but this is the big one here. This is the first one I'm going to play, is this series right here. So let me take this out here. So right off the bat, we have Boston. I'll show you some of the Boston cards. Oh, then we have Buffalo back to back. That's kind of nice. So I can show you the teams that I want to play here. So, all right, so that's Buffalo. So for Boston, let's take a look at some of the guys here. So Dave Barr, I do remember Dave Barr. Raymond Bourque, can't forget Raymond Bourque. Wayne Cashman was still playing with a team at that point. Bruce Crowder. Bruce Crowder was actually my gym teacher for a little bit of time. So let me get a little bit closer here to the camera here. Bruce Crowder and Keith Crowder. They both actually lived in my town. I think I drove by their house on my bicycle a few times. Luke DeFore, Tommy Fergus, Mike Gillis, a speedy little winger. Randy Hillier. Marty Howe actually played with Boston for a short time. So that's actually Marty Howe, if you can read that. Sorry. Yeah, not doing very well. Steve Casper, Gordy Kluzak. Gordy Kluzak was so good, and then he got hurt, and that kind of sucked. Mike Krushelnicki, Norman Levier. We all remember how he got hurt, and Craig McTavish played with Boston. I don't remember Daniel McClellan. Peter McNabb, unfortunately, just passed away, but Peter McNabb. My second favorite Bruin and second favorite hockey player after Bobby Orr is Rick Middleton. I even met him one time. I met Orr too, but it was just kind of like a meet and greet. Like, I sign this and go away. I actually talked to Middleton. Loved talking to Middleton. Mike Milbury, Mike O'Connell, we all know. Of course, Terry O'Reilly. I bumped into him a few times. He still lives around here. I don't remember Brad Palmer. Of course, Brad Park. Brad Park's probably, I'm going to open my window here. Sorry, it's getting hot down here. Brad Park is probably my favorite Ranger. And it's tough because I like him and I like Rattel. I like both of those players. If I were to get a Ranger jersey, I would get Park, though. That's for sure. Either that or maybe a Jockman. But Brad Park I like. Barry Peterson, he was fantastic in Boston. And then the goalies, Marco Barron, it was okay. Mike Moffat, the kid was 19, and he came in and he took over the starting goalie job at 19. And then he kind of fiddled out in the playoffs a little bit, but he was money right off the bat. And then, of course, Pete Peters had a record-breaking year for Boston. Is Larry stops by, and David C. stops by as well. So I'm just kind of chatting here on a Sunday night. So I'm going to put Boston in here. So this is going to be my matchup. My Stanley Cup matchup here is Boston and Buffalo, 82-83. One of my that was one of my favorite series. And of course, when Boston won that series, it was super huge as well. So let's take a look at what we got for Sabres now. Who are we going up against here for Sabres? And most of these guys I do remember. And here we go. Okay. So Dave Andrechuk, you guys all know. I think he ended up winning the cup down in, was it Tampa Bay or something like that? Dave Andrechuk. Paul Sear. Malcolm Davis, I don't remember. And David Fenneves, I don't remember. Mike Foligno. We all know Mike Foligno. Bill Height. Gilles Hamel, I'm not familiar with. Phil Housley. Phil Housley's I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer or not, but Phil Housley's a big guy there. Dale McCourt. Tony McKegney. Not to be confused with Walt McKechnie, but I always confuse them. But Tony McKegney. Sean McKenna, I don't know. Mike Mahler, vaguely remember. Steve Patrick. Gilbert Perreault. He's a big guy here. Gilbert Perreault with the Sabres. Brent Peterson, don't remember. Larry Playfair was a big defenseman on that team. Craig Ramsey. We had Craig Ramsey, Mike Ramsey. We had they were tough. Lindy Ruff, who's now a coach, was on that team. Sauve, don't remember Sauve. He was a center. Andre Servad, he played with Boston for a while, but he was with Buffalo here. Rick Sealing, and then John Van Boxmeer. I think he ended up playing with, I think maybe Montreal and Colorado as well. This guy here, Verda, I don't know. And then the goalies, you had Cloutier. I didn't realize Phil Muir played in Buffalo. I didn't realize that. But apparently he did. He was 3-2. He only played 5 games. And Bob Sauve was their big goaltender. So that is the Sabres. And so that's going to be my first set of games. It's going to be Boston, Buffalo. That's going to be the first series I play. So what else do I have going on here? I won't unbox the rest of the season here. I'll put that off to the side. But I did want to show the 2 teams that I really, really was looking forward to playing here in APBA hockey. Oh, I think I messed this up. So I'm going to have to really fix that now. All righty. So what else do I have going on over here? So we'll bring out the 1973 baseball. Now, as you guys know, my wheelhouse is really 75, 76, maybe. As I'll come back to the main camera for 1 second. So 75, 76 really was kind of my main starting point because that's when I started playing ball. And then I went right through maybe 85 when I graduated. That's kind of where it all kind of ended. And then I was off running around and I didn't really follow baseball for a while. But 74 was like right on the edge of everything. And 73 is even further off the chart as Bobby comes by. Bobby in that, holy cow, Bobby's been posting some pictures and some videos on YouTube about the alligators down there. I'm not sure where she is with all those alligators. I want to say she's in Maine with all those alligators. I'm not sure where she is, but I think she's in Maine, and she's got a lot of alligators in Maine. And she had a picture of one, this big boy, and she was filming him in the pond. And this thing had a Godzilla face, looked just like Godzilla, like the original Godzilla, and looked up at her. I hope there was a fence between you and that thing there, because if that was in the wild, then yeah, He's got the little alligator things here. That thing was a beast. That was a big, big thing. It really was. Let me go to my classic here so I can put that. I like the comments that are big. Yeah, big, big alligators. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Let's see. Larry says back in '97, he's from the Philly area. My wife and I went to a Hartford Whalers game. All hail Zarly Zerlapsky. I remember ZZ. Yeah, he was pretty good. So anyway, why I'm playing the baseball season is oh, she says the alligators are scary this year. Yeah, we talked about moving to Florida. We really did. And then we see videos of snakes and alligators, and we're like, maybe we'll just deal with the snow a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So that's what we kind of decided on, that we would just stay here and deal with it the best we could. All righty. So, yes, it was one of the greatest hockey names. It really was. All right. So let me come back here to the tabletop. And so you can see, as I got my 73 envelopes, my Chris White 73 envelopes here that I'll be using. And they're really nice. And, they're just, when you look at it here, I mean, that's the difference. I mean, these are the Apple ones, and they're fine, but the Chris White ones, I do like them. I just, when I have them behind me on the shelf, and it just makes you look good. Like when you pull these out and you got this and you got this, and it's just so much better than just a generic one. I think it adds to my immersion. So I like to use these things. I really do. So, well, the first guy out of the box was Hank Aaron. So I mean that's awesome. So right off the bat, Atlanta's at the front here with Hank Aaron. So that's a good way to start the unboxing was with Hank Aaron, that's for sure. Let me get rid of some of these here and get to the team that I'm really looking for. This is kind of why I'm playing this project. So I got Montreal, and any season with Montreal Expos is good too. All righty, so I got New York. So these are all the national teams. I get it. So these are the national teams. So we're going to slide these over here off to the side. These are all national. All righty. So Jim Willoughby from San Francisco. All right. So I think these are all the national teams. So now let's go to the American League. This is where I really want to go right now. And nope, I guess I got to keep going here. This is where I want to be right here. So let me pull these out. We're getting there. Okay. So this is where I want to be. The Oakland A's. This is going to be the team I'm going to play. All righty. This is why I really bought this set. I am dying to play the Oakland A's from 73. And there's just so many players on this team that just, right when I started playing baseball as a kid, I started getting into the baseball cards, and we started watching them on TV and the whole bit. And these just are the names that was some of the first names I grew up with there, because the Sox never really made it. 75 they did, but before that they were the second, third place team. And Bobby says she hasn't seen many snakes in her area. Well, that's good. You don't want to see that. Turbo stops by, and Max Cornelius. So the reason why I want to play this, I really want to play these Oakland A's. Okay, I really do. And 73 is a bit before my time. Okay, not gonna lie, 73 is I'm usually a 74 as far back as I go, but I went 73. I'm trying to expand my horizons. So let's see who I get to play at. And again, I think this year everyone was carded as well for APBA, and that's a big deal. So when I'm going to play an as played, or as close to as played as I can get, I really like having everyone carded. And it's frustrating when I do play a game and I look at the lineup. You look at the lineup and you're like, well, I'm missing someone. They're not carded. It's really kind of a bummer now that I've played seasons that have been carded with everybody. And I think this one has everybody. I'm pretty sure. And Scott stops by. Thank you, Scott. Maybe later tonight I might have some strikeouts for you to tally if I play some ball later. But right now I'm just unboxing here, just kind of chilling out here. And Turbo says 73 was a fun season to watch. It was before me. I was just a little kid. We had the rabbit ears going back then, but I do remember a little bit. And 73 is going to be fun. I hope so. And I want to play these A's. So let's take a look at who I'm going to be playing. So I got Glenn Abbott, the pitcher. I got Jesus Alou, the outfielder. I got Michael Andrews, who I'm not familiar with. Sal Bando. I've always been a Sal Bando guy. I don't know why. I always have been a Sal Bando guy. Vida Blue is a pitcher, of course. I do not know this Patrick Bork on the A's, but hey, and it's never a bad thing to have a Bork on your team. That's all, as I always say. Campaneris, I have. He's a shortstop. Rico Cardi, outfielder. Billy Canigliaro. I'm not familiar with Billy Canigliaro. Again, it's a little for my time. Victor Mighty Mouse Davalillo. That must have been after the Mighty Mouse cartoon, right? I would think. Charles Dobson, Chuck Dobson is the pitcher. Raleigh Fingers. That is going to be so awesome to play Raleigh Fingers. I mean, come on. This team is just loaded with people. Ray Fosse, he's the mule, they called him. He's the catcher. I got myself in the game. I got Richard Frank Rob Gardner as a pitcher. So I'll be having Gardner on the mound. Can't have enough Gardners on your team, as I would say. Phil Garner. Holy cow, I didn't realize Phil Garner was on the team. He went to like Pittsburgh or something, right? We have Rich Greeny is at second base. We have this guy Hamilton is a pitcher. Holtzman is a pitcher. Tim Hosley. I don't know Tim Hosley very well. Catfish Hunter. Come on. This just gets bad. I'm just about halfway through and I got Catfish Hunter here. That's going to be awesome. And then, of course, Reggie Jackson in the outfield. Come on. This team is just going to be so fun to play. Johnson, I'm not aware of. Turbo says, could I draw a little curly Q mustache on the fingers card? I thought about it. Honestly, though, I don't like any writing on my cards. I really don't. And I'll get back to that one second. We have Johnstone on the outfield. Knowles is a pitcher. Kubiak is a second baseman. Lewis is in the outfield. Lindblad is like Sinbad. I'm going to call him Sinbad. It's Lindblad, but he's going to be Sinbad this season. Manguel is an outfielder. McKinney, not sure of him, third base. Billy North, oh yeah, outfielder. Blue Moon Odom, a pitcher. Yes, I love Blue Moon Odom. Horatio Pina is a pitcher. Joe Rudy, another guy. Bando and Rudy. I just love Bando and Rudy, I hope Bobby says, hope everyone's doing as well. Yeah, you got to go check out Bobby's YouTube channel with all the alligators. It's really kind of cool. And Gene Tennis, first baseman catcher for this team. And then Manny Trio, who I think I'm playing Trio right now, or at least I was when I was playing my like Philadelphia Phillies and Royals replay. So where's my A's card? There it is. So that'll be the Oakland A. So I'll be putting them here in Oakland A's, 94 and 68, first place, Oakland A's. Looks like it's going to be fun. I got a couple of fun projects here going on. And I bought these a while ago, and I finally just got around to opening them. So, and yeah, Reginald Martinez Jackson. Yeah, yes, they are. So that's what I got. Let me come back to Studio B here. But that's what I got for cards and for this round here. And like I say, when I do the envelopes, I usually wait because I'll order a couple seasons from APBA. I like to order 2 at a time, and only because of the shipping is when you got the APBA going on, and you order one, and I know they charge actual shipping rates. I don't think they mark it up. At least he says he doesn't mark it up, but still, the first box is always going to be $10 or $12, and then if you do another season, you don't pay another $10 or $12. You might pay 2 or 3. So I think it was like $15 for shipping for both of these. So I try to save up and say, if I'm going to buy some APBA, I want to get at least 2 seasons because it does save on the shipping. Because if you buy one with shipping, it's 10 or 12 bucks for shipping. They just can't help it. Add a second season, and it only goes up a couple of bucks. So you are saving, $8 or $9 on shipping instead of buying one at a time. And so when I do that, I get them in, and then, when I get enough in, I get 3 or 4 seasons or whatever, then I contact Chris White on Facebook and say, hey, I need some envelopes for my APBA cards, and he comes through with them, is what he does. So anyway, getting back to the writing on the cards, though. Yeah, you just noticed I was a clean shaven man. Yeah, I did it the other day. I've been talking about it for a while, and I finally said, I was trimming it, and at some point I says, something, it just, what it was, I ate a tuna sandwich, and I had tuna sandwich with me all day long. I was like, all right, that's enough of that. So no matter how much you wash your face, I still had tuna sandwich with me all day long. I was like, yeah. So I get rid of that. And the other day, like 2 or 3 days ago, so I get rid of that. And I'll bring it back in the fall, if all goes well. But anyway, getting back to the cards, and why I don't like writing on the cards is I have a couple of sets. I think they were Strat cards mostly that I bought, and out in the wild. And the last one I get in, the guy sold me a set of 1979 cards, and they were pretty good. There was one card that was really bad, but the rest of them were pretty good. But a lot of them had pencil writing on it. So when the guy went to another team, or whatever they were doing with the draft league or something like that, he'd cross out the team names, cross out Phillies, and put in, Pirates, or, Royals, or whatever it was. And it just was like, it looked really yucky. And, and they were original cards. So he might have done that, 30 or 40 years ago. So, can't get mad at them if they were kids doing that, or whoever had the cards. But I don't like to mock up the cards, even as a joke, putting a little mustache on it would be kind of neat. But then you're mocking up the cards, and I like the cards to be nice and clean. That's just me. That's why I choose to buy new if I can. So if I want to get a season, unless it's something that's not in stock, wink, wink, Strat, and I have to buy it secondary, I always choose to buy new, because I do want to support the company, and I do like them, crisp and clean right out of the factory, because they're brand new. They're all perfect. They all look pretty good. They're not going to be worn or written on in the whole bit. So that's just me, is I do like to have them with that, fresh look on them, and I'm not a big fan of the classic cards. It's just me. Some people really like, the old Strat, the old APBA, the old, whatever they are, whatever kind of cards they are, they really like that. Myself, I'm okay with the newer stuff. I mean, when I look at this card here, I can't really see it too well, but see how clean that is? That card, it's bright. I can read everything. You can't really see it. It's not clear, but everything is concise. It's clear. I can read all read everything on here, and even with the hockey, when I take out the hockey, it's all, crisp and clean. So you can see Jack O'Callahan here with Chicago. I can't really see Jack O'Callahan because it's following my face probably, but he played with the Olympic team there. But everything is clear, even though the numbers are small. Everything is clear, and the paper is still nice and white. It's not kind of faded or that tan look to it. So I really like the newer cards. And if I had my choice, if Stratomatic said, hey, we're putting everything back in stock, and I had my choice of buying something used as buying something new, I would rather buy the new ones, because they're nice and bright and they're new. Although the 1976 Strat season, they were thin. Some people were talking about that. They said that the Strat cards are very thin, and they were. Compared to the older stuff, they were very thin. So we'll see. I haven't pulled out 76 to play it yet, but when I do, we'll find out. So anyway, as a Steeler fan stops by, as just chatting on a Sunday night, so I just did a little unboxing of some APBA cards. I thought I would come on and say hi. If I can get these put away fast enough, because I got my desktop all covered in cards. If I can get them all put away quick enough, maybe I'll jump on a little bit later tonight, do some Sunday night. I was going to do some APBA hockey this morning. That didn't work out. It just, this is very lazy day here in Studio B. Yesterday was a long day between work and skating, and then yard work. I pulled out 4 trees that died on us during the drought last year, and it was a tough night. And then I was up to 1 o'clock folding all the hockey jerseys from earlier in the day. So it was a long day yesterday. So today's been a very lazy day. A little dog walk little breakfast and watched some YouTube today, and that was about it. So finally getting around to unboxing these cards, and so I might jump on a little bit later and play something. I'm not sure. If you're watching right now, what would you be interested in seeing if I jumped on later tonight to play something? Should I go back to my 79 replay that I'm doing that's been kind of fun? Should I throw in some APBA hockey or status pro baseball? I mean, what do you think? I mean, I could pull up my 1908 or 1905 APBA season that Bob sent me. I have those ready to go. Yep, that was kind of nice of him to send me those. I heard 1908 it's a fun season, so I might do that. See, Sean stopping by. Hope my Bruins. You're hoping my Bruins do pull a Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Thanks, Sean. We're all nervous up here. We had such a record-breaking season that you go in as a top seed, and you're like, oh boy, what do we do now? It's like if they fall to Florida, boy, that's gonna suck after the year that we've had. Sean says go back to 79. I agree. I should get back to 79. I was talking to Juckett this morning. It's like, man, I don't know what game to play anymore because I'm really into APBA right now. Oh, Sean says don't pull a Tampa Bay. Yeah, when was it Columbus they lost to? That was good. I'm sick of Tampa Bay. They've been winning too much. Time to let somebody else win. I've been so into APBA lately. That's why I grabbed a couple of seasons because I'm really, really enjoying the APBA. And I'm playing a lot of stuff offline with APBA and just so thrilled to be playing APBA. It's just so fun. In fact, I fixed a couple of things in the old book that I have. I added some of the new symbols in, so now I can get everything right, I hope. So I'm really into the APBA lately, but I got the Back to Basics baseball from Downey, which comes with every season. I mean, you really need to try it. Is the Back to Basics and get the printed version because they will do the back-to-back fast action cards. That's how you got to do it. Anything that's back-to-back, I order printed because I don't like trying to print back-to-back. I don't like that. It never works for me. So I got the Back to Basics baseball, which I can play any season. Right up through 2014, I think. And then after that, you got to buy the season. But what a value that is. You talk about a cards and dice value game. That's it right there. I think it was 20 or 25 bucks and you get everything. You just got to print whatever season you want. It's like, oh man, that is so great. So I've been playing some Back to Basics baseball. Obviously, I don't have APBA in 79 now, so I can't play that. But I can play Strat Basic. I can play Pocket Pennant Run. I can play Season Ticket Baseball. And there was one other one. Oh yeah, the Status Pro. So I got 4 or 5 games that I could play. As my buddy walks around back here somewhere. He's restless today. We took him for a walk too. He's all restless. We even took the 3-legged dog for a walk today. Couldn't believe it. We went down by the little pond that we got and we let her walk and she was flying. Okay, there you go. I feel bad. She's getting around quite well. So good for her. Good for her. Bobby says go Rays, but I don't know anybody who's on the Rays anymore. So how can you root for a team you don't know anybody? Pick up a newspaper or something, will you? learn a couple of guys on the team. That's what you need to do. A friend of mine that played hockey with me up here, he moved down to Tampa. And he's got like season tickets for the Rays and the Lightning and the Buccaneers. So he's like all Tampa'd out now down there. So that's pretty good. So. All right, but I'm going to jump off of here. I just want to stop in and say hi and unbox a couple things and show you some of the products coming up here that I'm going to be playing with my new APBA baseball and APBA hockey cards. And once I get this cleaned up, maybe I'll set up and play some baseball in a little while. So hopefully we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And if I don't see you in a while, have a good night, a good weekend, and hopefully your Monday tomorrow is good. I'm Dave. Bye-bye.